So, but I was like deep inside, I was really scared. I was like, this guy, I'm doing a stare down, but akiamua tu achizi. I don't know what will happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wasn't like in the front line, because even when I left home, my mom's advice was like, yeah, go protest, but make sure you're in the safety of a crowd. I need to be able to express this rage that I have, for them to know that we put you there for a reason, and you need to understand that the power is within us and not the way you're putting it.
So what made you decide kwenda hapo kwa frontline, mahali penye you face to face with the officers?
The last protest on Tuesday, I was there at the front line when they started raining live bullets on people. And to be honest, I don't know why it missed some people and it got others. That I just say that is up to divine protection.
What's up, everybody? This is Kenya Online Media, your number one source of entertainment news. My good name is Eva Nyaga, and my guest today is not a new face, because during the protest, we saw a video of her standing her ground to a police officer who was trying to intimidate her, and that video went viral.
We are not going anywhere. We are rejecting the finance bill. Parliament Sutafika. Niskume. I'm here for Kenya, I'm here for my people, I'm here for your...
And I mean viral. And I'm sure when you see her face, you will definitely know who I am talking about. She goes by the name Shakira Wafula. Now we want to know her experience, Mandamano, and what made her stand her ground, because that was a really, really bold move. Si kila mtu anaweza pull off that, right? Shakira, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having me today. And like you said, it was a very bold. It's even like watching the video, it surprised me as well. But I think in the height of the situation, the tension that was happening, all the emotions I was feeling, I was just able to get into that zone and be able to defend myself.
Right, so what made you decide to leave your house and join the protesters, and join the protest of the anti-finance bill?
For me, it is a combination of rage and frustration, because as a country, since we got independence, and then since we got the new constitution, we barely have anything to show for what we've been able to achieve as a country. And also as a young person, what I'm able to get from my government is, as in, I'm feeling like there's a lot of things that we are capable of and we haven't been able to achieve, because the people who have been selected to represent us are not doing what they're supposed to do. So for me, it was, I need to be able to express this rage that I have, for them to know that we put you there for a reason, and you need to understand that the power is within us and not the way you're putting it for yourselves and your pockets.
Okay, so reasoning you menipea is probably why most people are out in the streets. But see what made it to the front line, face to face with the officers. This person is holding all sorts of ammunition and they can do a lot. They will arrest you, because even before that, we had seen so many people being arrested. So what made you decide kwenda hapo kwa front line, mahali penye you face to face with the officers?
To be honest, I wasn't like in the front line, because even when I left home, my mom's advice was like, yeah, go protest, but make sure you're in the safety of a crowd. So at that specific point, they had thrown tear gas and people had retreated, and there was a water cannon there, and I didn't want the stampede of people running. So I just stepped aside kwa the fence there, Apo Cardinal Otunga. So now when they saw me, and because of how I was dressed and I was holding the flag in my hand, they just assumed, yes, this is one of them. This is in fact a leader Jako Kumbele. And now they approached me. So in an intimidating manner. One of them had their baton raised like he was going to beat me. The other one wanted to carry me and was like, I know this is a bit too much because I'm just trying to catch my breath. Can you please let me catch my breath? They refused. So that's when the confrontation happened, and then people happened to pass by, and Larry and his team were there, and then they got to record that scenario. Yeah.
In that moment when, you thought these people want to beat you, they want to carry you, what made you, just sometimes to shrink?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the adrenaline that made you decide, I'm going to speak up. Yeah, what made you decide to speak up? Not just shrink.
For me is I don't understand why, as a police officer, your mandate is to protect people. And even while we are coming out to the streets, there are letters sent out to the institution of the police that we are coming to protest, which is our constitutional right, and we are going to be peaceful. So the police, for them, was to protect us, but they were not doing that. I felt harassed, and I'm not one to shy off when I think something wrong is happening and I'm able to speak out. And that was on Thursday. The previous day, on Tuesday, I had been arrested, and they had really mishandled me. So I was like, there is no way this is going to happen to me twice, because actually it was like I was winging it, because I could have expressed myself in that way and still be hurt or arrested. But I was like, I didn't do anything the first time. So this time, let me stand up, speak up, and see how it's going to go. Yeah. So, but I was deep inside, I was really scared. I was like, this guy, I'm doing a stare down, but akiamua tu achizi. I don't know what will happen. Yeah, but it ended up the way it ended up, and good for me. I was safe, and people were there recording. So yeah.
What happened the previous Tuesday? Where were you arrested?
We had gathered in the same way with other people, and then I got separated from the people we had gone to the protest with. So at that specific time, I was on my phone trying to look for them, and I was still walking. So I wasn't even aware of my surrounding. And then within an instant, somebody shouted at me, "They are coming for you." Before I even realized what's happening, I was surrounded by 4 guys. And they were police officers, but they were dressed in plain clothes. So I didn't even have time to react. They just carried me and threw me into the vehicle. And funny thing, it was not even the Mariamu. It was the small, I think they are Peugeots for police. They threw me inside. I tried to fight them off or something, but there were 4 people. And they managed to put me inside the car, and they drove me to Central Police. Yeah.
At what point were you released?
It was at night, late at night, because when I was captured, it was maybe around 1 p.m. And then while we were in the cell, we would hear chaos outside, we'd hear tear gas, and then we got to know that it was LSK and Amnesty, the lawyers, they were coming to try and have a conversation with the police so that we can be released. But we stayed there until I personally stepped out of the cell at around 8 p.m. And that's when I found my way home in the middle of the night. I was tired, I was exhausted, I was traumatized because I've never been arrested before, and the way I was arrested and the fact that we were so many girls, and the state of the cells in Nairobi, it's just, oh my goodness. It's not an experience I would wish for anyone. Yeah.
So that's why you decided to stand up for yourself, because you did not want to go back there again.
There's no way. Me intentionally going back to Central Police without putting up a fight or standing up for myself, it can't happen again. Yeah.
Do you think the fact that, Larry, his team, and everyone who was there recording the moment actually helped to make sure that these people do not carry you again?
Yes. I think recording, and maybe they're afraid of their faces being revealed on social media, and also they're being captured doing something that they are not supposed to be actually doing is something they are afraid of. So if anything, right now, in social media, you'll find that people are encouraging each other. Wherever you are occupying or standing, make sure you're recording, because when you record, one, it can be something to deter them from harming you. And even if they end up harming you, there's evidence, and that can be used to lawfully pursue action against the people who have harmed you. Yeah.
Okay. So in that moment, I'm sure, it was a moment that was very viral, on TV, on social media, and I'm sure your family came across these videos. What was the reaction? You said that your mom was like, you go, but be safe, stay in crowded places, and where you are safe. So how was your parents' reaction, your family's reaction, friends' reaction?
Yeah. My dad, I know my dad is proud of me. He hasn't actually said the words, but he is very proud of me because that day he called me. And it's not kawaida to kunipigia hivyo. I was not able to answer the phone at that time. So he sent me a message and I saw the message. He was like, I'm just checking in. Are you sure you're okay? Just confirm that you've gotten home. And then the next day he sent me a message that when he entered the office, like, people were congratulating him and clapping for him because they had seen my video and they know I'm his daughter. So I know he has like something in him, like I'm proud of my girl. Yeah. My mom is also supportive, but she's more of, make sure you're careful. We still need you in this life. And I have a son, a 5-year-old boy. So she keeps reminding me, you have to take care of your boy. There's nobody who can mother him the way you're mothering him. So there's that. I got calls from people I haven't spoken to in forever. Like even people from as long as primary school, like they just happen to have my number. They're calling me, we're so proud of you, congratulations, keep up the spirit. And then when I showed up again for the protest the following Tuesday, people recognizing me on the streets, some of them even telling me they came because they saw that video and it gave them courage to show up. So it has been generally a positive response.
Okay. On the other side, on the flip side of that, we have seen that the people who are very vocal about the anti-finance protest, some of them have been disappearing. Someone disappears a few days and then they're back. So have you been scared? Like, have you received any threatening calls, or have you felt like your life was in danger for a minute?
Yes, I've actually felt that, and it's just receiving so many calls from unknown numbers. So there are people who communicate and talk to you like in a friendly way, and others who don't. And then there's that random call, you pick up the phone and you're trying to talk and nobody is talking at the other end. And then when you check online, you're like, hey, these are the tactics they use when they're trying to like trace people. So yeah, I have felt, I even registered myself with what are they called? There's a number that was shared when the protests first began. So they're like, in case you are arrested or in case you feel you're not safe, make sure you communicate to these people. It's a bunch, I don't know why the name has escaped me, but it's an organization for ensuring human rights and safety within the country is upheld. So I did register myself with them. There's one night I spent away from home because I didn't feel I was safe to go back home. But other than that, it's like I'm just trying to live my life as usual. Because also there is the aspect of buying into the fear. Because if it's true they are looking for you, and then now you start like hiding and changing your routines because you're scared, it's also buying into the propaganda of fear, and that's not something I would want to do to myself.
Okay. So, well, the bill was dropped and now we are here. People are still protesting. I don't know if you're still going to the protest today, on Thursday.
I intend. I've been there with the protest every single Tuesday and Thursday, and other days around I've gone to blood donation. I've visited people who've been hurt in hospital. Online speaking to people, tweeting, and also educating myself. Because to be honest, before this issue of the finance bill 2024 started, I wasn't really keen on the political scene of Kenya. Mimi, I was just like any other youth. You're just living your life. You're not overly concerned. But now, when I started engaging and learning and understanding what is actually happening and how much these people who've been elected are failing us, that is what has given me the power to like keep active and keep pushing, because we do really deserve much better. And these people, they are showing us outright, like they are not hiding anymore. They are just showing us outright they don't care. They're just concerned for themselves and their pockets, and you and your issues and whatever problems you're facing ni shauri yenyu. And that's just a bad attitude for people to have, and they've been selected to govern people and to lead them into prosperity, and that's not what they're doing. Yeah.
Do you think the government actually understands what protesters are actually doing in the streets? Because say they will be like, we dropped the bill, so what are you still doing protesting all over the country?
Yeah, I don't think they are actually stupid. They do understand what the youth are protesting about, what we are fighting for. What they don't understand is how this movement gained fire and how it's being propelled forward, and it keeps happening without a specific political leader who's inciting people, or somebody who's behind uko chini financing something. That's what they don't understand. But I believe as a generation, Gen Zs and millennials, we are people who have strong moral values, and for us it's important that we see that reflected in our leaders. Yeah.
All right. So during the protests that are gonna happen from now henceforth, maybe you can give a word of advice to any protester who is out there, just to make sure that they stay safe.
Be vigilant, hyper-vigilant, be self-aware, be cognizant of your surrounding, and then always have people around you. Don't just move by yourself. And if for whatever reason you just happen to be by yourself, you have family back at home and people who care for you. So always keep informed. And also right now, as the protests continue, what we are seeing is that there are people infiltrating the protest, because initially it started out as a peaceful protest, and now we have people coming in, taking advantage of the situation to loot and destroy property and also steal from other people who are protesting. So they just have to be keen when it happens in the crowd and you find yourself you're with people, their faces are just telling you these are not people I can trust. Just find a way to step aside from that. And just overall, if you're a believer, whatever faith or whatever divine power you believe in, just pray for protection, because some of these things are beyond what you can actually do. Because I remember the last protest on Tuesday, I was there at the front line when they started raining live bullets on people, and to be honest, I don't know why it missed some people and it got others. That I just say that is up to divine protection. So you do what you can and then leave the rest to the universe to take care of you.
Speaking of Tuesday, did you make it to Parliament?
No. Once the live bullet started, I was like, this is not my portion. I have symbolically seen the Parliament, because I was there when they broke down the fence. I was standing at the roundabout, and then they started pulling down the flags and the poles, and then the live bullet started, and I was like, no, I'm out. I can't participate in this anymore. Yeah.
Okay.